They just stopped recording for a second.
What?
So we're good now.
Okay, hey. So we're still here at the High Times Cannabis Cup in San Francisco, and I'm standing here with Shaun from High Times. Shaun, you want to introduce yourself? Tell us all a little bit about what you do.
Sure. Hi, my name's Shaun. I'm with the High Times event staff here in San Francisco at the Cannabis Cup. Just having a great time and visiting your city. You guys are showing us the beautiful stuff you have here, and I think you guys are doing a great job representing the town of San Francisco.
Yeah, thanks. So, for folks who might not have any idea about what goes on here, how would you just summarize what the Cannabis Cup is here in San Francisco?
Well, let's see. First and foremost, it's an event just to get people in the same genre together, the people that live the same lifestyles, and put them together in an event that really doesn't exist anywhere else. It brings both businesses, people in their personal lives, sick people who can talk to each other about things maybe they wouldn't be able to talk with other people that aren't sick, and brings a forum of people together that just have something really in common. It's not just a plant, it's really a lifestyle for a lot of these people. It's also a place for people to come off and kind of show off what they think their skills are in growing, in running a business, in booths, blowing glass, and all the other peripheral things that come along with the cannabis world.
Right, so almost like what we might use social networks for online.
Exactly. It's almost a Facebook with a torch or a lighter attached to it, I guess you could say, right? I mean, it's a good point.
Yeah, High Times, bringing it all to life for us. Any closing remarks or anything you might like to say for folks that would see the video?
Well, listen, if you can't make it to a cup, this is the next best thing, and you should try to make it to a cup if you can. Who knows how long we're going to have the one in Amsterdam, but there will always be one here in the U.S. regardless of what state it's in. Hopefully we'll get to see one in every state, and pretty soon hopefully we won't need to have this. We'll be able to do it out in our bars and out in our streets, and not have to segregate ourselves so much.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for your time. Hey, so we're here at the High Times Cannabis Cup. I have this strange-looking microphone, and I'm here with...
Looks like an edible. I want to eat that. Can I unwrap that and eat it?
That's what she said. Ooh. So I'm here with Wilson, and he's currently holding it down at Steep Hill Laboratories booth, set up right over here.
SHL.
Wilson, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and Steep Hill?
Steep Hill was started in late 2007, the nation's first cannabis analysis laboratory to bring standardization and regulation to an industry that didn't have any. And I get to be I'm the account manager over there and a consultant, and I get to work with a bunch of different awesome clients and a bunch of cool dispensaries, see a bunch of great weed, a bunch of edibles, and help people get their products easier dosing for the patient, so they can learn how to use the medicine more properly by having accurate dosage, make sure it's clean of fungal contaminants and pesticide-free medicine. So it's a pretty rewarding job.
Nice. So you guys are really able to step in and provide something that was not given otherwise, and maybe people wouldn't have recognized that it was needed even.
Right, yeah, people, and we still get it. People aren't used to it in our industry. They don't understand what it is, and as much as cannabis is the most benign medicine on the planet, that's what makes it so awesome. But basically, what our system of analysis does is it just confirms how benign it is, and it does weed out batches that people have either added harmful pesticides, or extra amounts of fungus and mold. Those can be present too, and so we can make sure that patients that have immune deficiency problems don't come in contact with high mold contamination.
Right, because if you're sick and you smoke cannabis that has mold on it, that could potentially be more dangerous for you than someone who's not.
Yeah, definitely. If you're immune deficient, you don't want to bring anything into your body. If you're immune deficient, you should be ingesting cannabis.
Right.
You shouldn't be smoking it, but it's, mold is a quality standard. I've spent my whole life trying to find the best weed, and I don't want elevated levels of mold in it. Just personally, on a
right. No mold. I mean, there's plenty of things that we want left out, and it's also interesting that you guys are able to kind of put a system of numbers to what is otherwise has been mystery. Right, where people are like, oh, this weed is so good. Like, okay, why is this one good? Well, I love it. Yeah. And there's no way to really quantify any of that. Maybe if you're a grower, you're really familiar, you can discern like certain things that'll give you an indication, but never a way to really know before you kind of jump in, so to say. But what you guys do, I think, is really interesting in that sense also, because it gives people a way, not only for patients to know, but also for growers to say like, oh, I grew this shit with like these outrageous CBD ratios.
Right. It's cool because what it really is we call it potency, but really it's another level of quality control. You look at the same like 8 different grows of a Bubba Kush, and with the one that has the highest THC percentage is going to be the one that has the highest quality within that strain. It doesn't strain to strain, it doesn't really discern quality. The potency doesn't discern quality. So a purple, say for instance, a Granddaddy Purple rarely tests over 14%, but a 14% Granddaddy Purple could be AAA quality, even though it doesn't have the highest potency. So it's not the potency screen isn't a quality determinant, but within strain it is. It's a barometer for the rest of the plant health. So if you have high THC, that means everything else, all the other terpenes and all the other cannabinoids are going to be more evident as well. It's really cool. We're getting into terpene analysis in the next year. That's going to be a really cool thing where we can analyze the things that make cannabis smell and taste. There's a whole nother galaxy of chemicals to analyze in cannabis, so we can learn better ways to medicate and to find relief.
Right, and to just come to understand the plant. I think that's one of the most important parts of recognizing what you guys do is, even if you don't use this medicine, at this point, the work of people like Steep Hill is to present the whole world with a quantified analysis and a more sufficient understanding to take the mystery out and replace it with facts.
Right.
And even if you're not using the medicine, then you can come and look at what Steep Hill has done and say, hey, you know what? It's not just like some crazy wacko weed that's going to make me kill somebody and make me never go to work again. So that's...
I want that weed. But yeah, the response to close it all up, basically my mom always would tell me, she's like, well, you don't know what's in that stuff.
Right.
And now I'm like, what I don't know.
Yeah. All right, and real quick, tell us about Cannabis Cuts.
Oh, Cannabis Cuts every Tuesday, 4 to 6, 21st in Florida, in the Mission District of San Francisco. Weekly radio, cannabis podcast.
Where can we hear it?
Oh, mutinyradio.org. Mutinyradio.org. Add me on the Facebook, DJ Weed. Double I-N-I, not E-N-E.
Word. Thank you, Will.
Thank you, Zach. What a good one, homie.
Yeah.